Hey everyone, welcome to my spoiler review of What If the Season 2 Episode 6 with Kahhori Reshaped the World resolving Asgard and where for Odin Ragnarok came early and Surtur destroyed Asgard completely and the Tesseract fell into Earth and the Watcher mentioned that the cube broke into energy within itself and went into the waters, and so barely I believe it crashed landed into the forest, so either it made the water itself or there was water there, but we didn't notice it. Probably from a distance, probably the energy spread through out the forest and there was water near it, which is the lake. Later in the episode we have a idea of when this takes place based on the history of Crete as well, that she was the ruler of Spain in 1474 to around 1500. So that's the year this episode takes place, somewhere around that time. The Mohawks use a decoy lake to avoid the people from getting cursed by the actual forbidden lake, which the elders prohibited from anyone being around certain parts of their land. Yet Kahhori and her brother would stumble upon it when they were being chased by the Spanish conquistadors who were part of the army. One of the guys from the army shoots Kahhori and she falls into the forbidden lake and she goes into skyward. When she's on the other side, she meets up with a terrorist who's been there for a really long time. And they talk about what is going on within Skyworld. And it's mostly about the spiritual thing with the fact that the Tesseract grant them so much power. It gives everyone in that village power and so much energy. And he mentions that he can't age and can't die. So it's wondering about. I wonder how long they will have to be there for them to notice that. And by that I mean the fact that there's a possibility that he could have been in Skyward for a really long time, because you have to notice people age, but that would take a very long time. So as to lose probably be there through centuries, or see young children that fell into the forbidden lake and having them not grow, which is something more noticeable than waiting for the daughters to grow up. The spirit power is able to help them out with having them feel more energy, more power, and also the fact that they use their spiritual energy within the water to help them plant things and drink and eat, plant food, obviously, and they're able to have so much energy contained within them as well. And it seems like they've been had for a very long time, and they built a whole civilization there. He introduces Kahhori to the hunt, which is a way for them to gather more food, more crystals into a spiritual animal, and they're able to use the powers and run, and it was really exciting stuff, especially for Kahhori. She couldn't stop, and that's something that she's learning how to use her powers throughout the episode. They don't show us how they eat the crystal things. However, it's fascinating how they are able to accomplish getting the food, the crystals. They can have more power within them, and by power, it's mostly their strength. Kahhori wants to go back to the real world because her brother is on her side and could be in danger, which he is in that case because he's kidnapped. However, she doesn't know that. Along with other Mohawks, Kahhori does her best to escape the spirit skyward thing, and she wants to save her brother, and her brother could be in danger in that case. In this case, he is because he's kidnapped along with other people from the village, which she doesn't know. She doesn't know that information. The people who attacked Kahhori are looking for the father youth, and based on what the tourists mentioned about them not aging, he's right on that. It's more so not part of youth, more so part of immortality, and which is why it's basically is, so it's even more powerful than the army realizes. Some of the armies go step into the lake to get the youth, but fall down, which ends up having them go into the portal, and they see Kahhori and Ataris and everyone else, and they fight them. Kahhori fights back, and she's able to eventually now use the powers to defend herself and defend others, and she ends up wanting to go back so bad she is able to move the portal to go home, and she wants to save her brother and everyone else that could be in danger or innocent. Kahhori mentions to Ataris and everyone else in the sky world, spirit world, where the fact that they have a lot of powers within themselves, and they're basically the same people as the other ones that are innocent and in danger, and the attackers are dangerous, and once they end up joining her after she's been fighting the attackers for a little bit, they're supposed to be there, and they show themselves worthy of their power, and not just them using the power for resources of food or anything. They have a lot of strength to do so much and help the people in need, and that's something that they do. Thanks to Kahhori. I believe Kahhori's wife choice is the fact that it grew up in the idea of her staying in Skyworld and giving up, or not giving up, was all her understanding that it would be best if she stayed. However, I believe that the what if choice is her being understanding and believing that the power that she has is really great, and she's able to understand that going out there and facing off against unknown threat is something that she really wanted to do here, and something very important for her to understand. And believing within herself is her decision to go out there facing an unknown threat is something greater than she would ever imagine, and it's a risk worth doing, and I believe that's her what if choice, whether her staying and being comfortable or going out there taking a risk and doing something more beyond herself of the power that she has been granted thanks to the Forbidden Lake. She truly wants to accomplish her worthiness here. She later on confronts Queen Isabel to make peace. Dr. Strange shows up because he's been looking for her, so maybe time was definitely there, or maybe the fact that she's been there for quite a long time, or maybe Dr. Strange has been looking for the right opportunity to approach her. In other words, waiting for her to have her powers, then approach her. I learned a lot of historical stuff here. I was really fascinated with how all this was. This episode had a lot of introductions, introducing Kahhori, her home, and the Mohawk, the Sky World, and a lot of brilliant storytelling done right here by Marvel. There's a possibility of Kahhori being part of the live action. I believe that if Marvel wants to make that happen, they have to understand to express it and way where they will focus on her story, and they already succeeded here with the story of her being introduced here. So I believe that there's a possibility of her being successful in live action, being told a story that is worth understanding more, having the character experience a lot of brilliant things in her path if they choose to go the live action route here. If Kahhori was ever brought into the live action within the MCU, whether it's a show or film, what I would do if I was more studios visible is have these other episodes play out within her, like whichever episodes she's in, see how the audience reacts to her beyond her introduction. If there's a possibility of them doing a whatever season 3, if they find a way to include her, even though this is the Multiverse saga, so they probably may move on from this, but who knows how that will be in the future for the MCU. There's a possibility where we should see her have a new difficult challenge where there are a lot of things that she's able to do with her powers that we've never seen done before, especially on the fact that we have her in animation form right now. So we have a lot of unlimited access to seeing her actual potential, and also the fact that more studios should pay attention to what the people who are enjoying her are saying, and particularly why. And if they are able to incorporate all this really well, there's a possibility. If they have that character go the live action route, it'll work out really well for the best ever. We shouldn't have her in live action just for the sake of her being in live action. We have this character was introduced to us in a different way, so perhaps there's a possibility we'd have her seen with a different purpose here. If you're Kevin in Marvel Studios, how would you approach the idea of the possibility of her being in live action? Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about Skyworld, Kahhori, this episode, what if? What do you think about what they would do with this character in the future? Thank you for watching my spoiler review. I appreciate it so much. I will see you for the next one tomorrow. Take care.